Yo, still bills, what's the deal, man? Yo, I just dropped my babies off at home. I'm gonna run this a little cipher going on at one of my little sister studio, man. I'm gonna jet all the way out to 90th and go see what that shit hitting for, man. But peep game, man. We gotta get into this beterbiev versus yarde fight. First off, I wanna say this, man. It was a Fletcher, versus the dude was fighting that cruiserweight. Dude was my height. I'm never good. Listen, man. I think anybody's chin can be touched. You feel what I'm saying? Anybody's chin can be touched. Even at my height, you dig? For Oscar De La Hoya stood in front of Shaq and was able to lay some heavy leather on Shaq. So I'm not. Now, granted, Shaq ain't no boxer or nothing like that, but what I'm getting at is anybody's chin can be checked. And if it's a skill set within somebody, you dig? Fuck it. I'm not mad at the 5'8" cruiserweight. I'm honestly not. If I was pro, I'd be fighting around cruiserweight or light heavyweight, because I'm just a little bit beefier of a dude. But it was real daunting that he could not get rid of that guy. He was in there to be, he was in there to lose. He was in there to lose. He didn't come in there to lay down, but he was there to lose. He was there to get his, like Bo Max said about Hank Lundy, he's here to get his ass beat. He was in there to get his ass beat. He lost the fight, granted, but the fact that, he lasted as long, he lasted all 6 rounds, was never hurt. The dude never opened up. He would throw, 2 and 3 punch combinations and back up off him. It's like, homie, you gotta put the pedal to the metal on that. You 6'7", and yeah, they talking about putting you up at heavyweight too, and like in the future, bro. Like, if you can't find it within yourself to get rid of a dude that's 4'96", yikes, yikes. You dig? That's kind of a telltale. But nonetheless, man, let's get into the main event, man, because we really got to rap about this, man. Shout out to Anthony Yarde and Arturo beterbiev, man. This is the type of fights that we asked for, man. These are the type of fights that we want. Top in the division fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why we keep wanting to say Joshua Buatsi, but Anthony Yarde has really upped his game since the Kovalev loss. With the, I see, the Lyndon Arthur fight. I didn't watch his last fight, but his fight with Lyndon Arthur, he dominated Lyndon Arthur, like brutalized that nigga. Like, goddamn, like he was not happy about the first decision. You know what I'm saying? So he went in there and made sure he took it out of the judge's hands and stepped on him. So you definitely seen him add new wrinkles to his game, man, and he looked sharp in there. He looked sharp in there today, man. He looked sharp in there, man. Came out opening round. I don't see, like, the judges. Oh my fucking God. I don't see how anybody in their right mind can give Anthony Yarde more than 2 rounds. I honestly don't. I honestly don't. And I don't see how anybody can give Arturo beterbiev the first round. I'm like, man, what the fuck are y'all looking at? I was just watching that shit like, yo, are y'all seriously giving this nigga the first round? And I didn't know that until I looked at the scorecards. And the scorecards to me was just, egregious. But he looked good in there, man. He looked sharp. He looked a lot sharper than he looked a lot sharper than he ever has, man. When I watched the fight with him and Sergey Kovalev, that was his first big fight. That was his first big challenge right there. His first big test. And that wasn't even a test. That was a legitimate challenge. Kovalev was still a champion at that time. He was still a champion. So, he had already been in war. So, and it wasn't like he was all the way washed. It wasn't like he was all the way done, man. He was still a dude that was putting in pain. He had just beat a later Alvarez. So for him, that was just too big of a step for him at that time. But even then, he still was able to find success, man. But one thing that he did was he was trying to play off of the back foot. He was trying to walk him into a counter left hand. and it never worked. I'm like, yo, just nah, dog. Like, it's no variety with his counter punching. That's the main thing that I saw. I was like, it's no variety here, man. It's like, yo, that, you know, it's you know what you're getting. You know what you're getting as far as counter punches is concerned. I didn't see no left. I didn't see no right hand straights. I didn't see not even no jabs. I didn't see no uppercuts. I didn't see any of that. I just saw a step back left hook. That's all I was seeing. That's all I was seeing, and it was like, yo, I don't know what this dude is gonna do when he really, 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 really steps up, man. But nonetheless, I really saw a drastic uptick in skill from him today, man. That first round was really his best round. Real life, his best round. He completely outlanded him. He outworked him. You know, the left hook was there, not off a counter or nothing like that, but it was just there. He was leading with it. He was leading with the left hook. He was landing it flush. It looked really sharp. It looked really crisp. He was doing really good work in there, man. But you know, Andre Ward and Tim Bradley hinted to it. I think at that point, early on, there was like, man, I know what we're getting out of Anthony Yarde, man. I'm not too impressed all this little goofy shit he's doing, because they was commentating on the Sergey Kovalev fight, the herky jerky movement and everything, and just just all the lateral movement, the feints and everything. They was saying what everybody already knew, man. Like, his gas tank isn't the best. That shit's gonna hurt him later on down the line. Ain't nothing worse than when you're fatigued and, you know what I'm saying, you just start losing. You know, you're not as put together. You dig? Your defense isn't as tight. Your punches aren't as crisp. You're falling over and tripping over your feet because you just ain't enough oxygen getting in your body. But early on, he looked good doing all that. I just got to be real about it, man. He looked real sharp in that first round. I was really impressed with him in that first round. But one thing that I noticed from beterbiev, he wasn't even really throwing. He was just so poised and crisp in there. It's like, yo, man, he's sizing this dude up, man. He's getting down his patterns, and he's kind of, letting him punch himself out. You know what I'm saying? Like, making him miss and not even making him pay. And not even really making him miss. He was just, poised. All right, yeah, okay. So that's what you do when I do that. Okay. So that's what you do when you want to, okay. This is the shot you open up with when you want to go on the attack. All right. Just really studying him and breaking him down. He was just real calm and poised in there. He didn't overreact to the big shots or nothing like that. The second round, you see beterbiev start coming in and landing lead left hooks. You started seeing him do that. Just lead left hooks. Whack, whack, whack. Right on the, it was just like, ooh. It was nasty in there, man. It was nasty. It was real good work. And then I want to say, the third or fourth round, you started to see him say fuck the leg. You started seeing him put the jab out there in Yarde's face. A stiff jab, a jab that had that nigga listening to hip hop. You started seeing all that, but while all this is happening, you're starting to see Anthony Yarde bite down, hold the center of the ring, and enter in exchanges willingly with this dude. Now, granted, to that, I think with as far as him winning, them having him winning all these rounds, I think that's completely blasphemous. But because I think it was the Canelo versus Caleb Plant effect. It was the Canelo Alvarez versus Caleb Plant effect, man. They'll allow you, if you're having success in a round. If you're having success in a round, they're just gonna give you the round. Because you're so much of an underdog. That small microcosm of a moment that you're having within a 3-minute round, they're gonna completely disregard all the work that the other dude is doing and fixate on you having success in this round because you're not even supposed to be in this fight. That's what it was a lot of. That's what it was a lot of. Anthony Yarde would have success in spurts, and I'm not even gonna front. There were some rounds where they were, they would answer each other. Beterbiev would land, Yarde would land, Yarde would land, Beterbiev would land. It was a seesaw like that, man. It was a seesaw like that, but Beterbiev would end up getting the better end of the rounds. But in the middle of the rounds, it was some legitimately good. It was legitimately good action. It was legitimately good action, man. We started seeing uppercuts. I started seeing uppercuts from Anthony Yarde. I'm like, yo, this dude is really stepping. Like, he wants this fight. He real life wants this fight. He's not coming in here to lay down. And he saw his flaws with Sergey Kovalev. He saw his flaws with Sergey Kovalev, and he righted those wrongs. That is what I mean with that. Anthony Yarde is a prime example as to why you fight certain caliber of opponents, because they can highlight the deficiencies in your game, and you can go back to the drawing board and work on them. You can do that. He's not like, you know, most fighters aren't gonna have just the best of they're not gonna be good in every little thing. They're not gonna be good in everything. They're just gonna be strong in a couple of things, and that, you know, their strength within the dimension, whatever they lie in, that's gonna be what wields them, you know, throughout the duration of their career. You know what I'm saying? Spence and Sean Porter. Sean Porter has clearly the better feat between him and Spence, but Spence is so solid in what it is that he does, he was able to get that victory. Anthony Yarde is never gonna be no defensive wizard, but he's solid in what it is that he does. And with him being solid within what it is that he does, he was able to add more wrinkles to his game, which led to him having success later on or in this fight. He did good work in there, man. He hurt beterbiev, like visibly hurt him, and to the point where he had to fall back. Oh shit! Let me fall back and get my legs back up under me, and he will go on the chase and go hunting down. But the thing is with beterbiev, even when he was hurt, it was like, yeah, it was a good shot, bro. But nah, fuck all that. I'm a veteran in here. Put his back on the rope, Yarde follow him on the rope. All right, cool. You just walk into the Venus flytrap. I'm gonna wrap you, spin you, put your back on the rope, and go to work. I'm gonna clock in. And that's what it is that he was doing. This nigga landed the right hook to the body, right hook to the body uppercut combination. He did that in conjunction with him. Right body uppercut, right body uppercut. Like, that shit was beautiful. That was dope. I'm like, yo, and he would pound on this dude. He would pound on this dude, and you know, this was happening throughout the middle rounds. You know what I'm saying? But Anthony Yarde is still finding moments in there where he's able to have success, where he's biting down, he's pressing the action. I think that's his best attribute, when he's holding the center of the ring, and he, you know, and just, you know, being calculative about his approach, being calculative about the pressure that he's applying. I think that's him at his best. He's going to the body. He's giving you different, you know, giving you different looks, giving you different punch select, you know, giving you the uppercuts, giving you the hooks. He just looked really, he looked good in there tonight. Like, we'll get to that in a minute. But he was giving him a lot of different looks, man. Like, it was like, yo, well, not a lot of different looks, but, you know, just, you know, giving them different, he wasn't giving them the same punch variations or nothing like that. That's what I mean to say. He looked good in there tonight. He looked posed in there. He looked really sharp. So I want to say the 7th round, beterbiev ended the round really strong, real strong. And then in the 8th round, he came in there and, you know, outlined him in chalk. And, you know, Andre Ward was saying beterbiev just threw a right hand that he barely missed. That was the shot that ended up being his doom. But what was so dope about it, even after the fight, Ward and Bradley was like, yo, man, they had to salute him. Like, we clearly seen the up. We clearly see the level up, bro. We see it. Good shit. Good shit. Good shit. His stock rose after this fight, bro. After this fight, nobody can say, man, yo, he a bum, he this and that. No, bro. Like, he went in there and he fought a dude with a 100% KO ratio and gave him hell. Arturo beterbiev ain't gonna be looking like, yo, man, look, hey, yo, let's go hit the club real quick. He ain't looking like that. His shit is blemished and bruised and beat up too, and cut. People cut him. But this is what happened. Like, you know, there's nothing wrong with losing, bro. You don't want to lose, and because you don't want to lose, you work to not lose. But sometimes you're just in there with somebody who's just better than you. Arturo beterbiev is a dude with 300 plus amateur bouts. He's an Olympian. This dude is a declarated fight. Like, this is a Hall of Fame fighter we're talking about right here. He's an incredible talent. At a championship level, a 100% KO ratio is wild. That is wild. And that's what he has. So for Yard to go in there and fight and loot and get stopped and still be commemorated and still everybody is like, yo, I got respect for this dude. That's what the shit is all about, man. It's preserving your old shit. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. Americans, by and large, I won't, I don't know so much about the UK or nothing like that, but I can't even say for the UK because they're, they're domestic level champ. They fight each other. They fight each other. And even in losses, they come out and they support their fighters. I don't care if you lost. You're giving me the fights I want to see. Losing is going to happen. 99% of fighters lose. They lose, and it's cool. It's okay. So for someone like Anthony Yarde to go in there and fight and have that, have a barn burner with motherfucking, with beterbiev, and beterbiev willing to get that man the opportunity, like, bro, that dude is 38 years old. He could have easily said, nah, man. He could have been a lot more, the light heavyweight division it isn't as politically, sound as the welterweight division. It isn't. So he could have done some little bust and shit, but it's like, I don't know, where else is you gonna go? Who else is you gonna fight? He gave us the fights that, he gave us a great fight, man. He gave us a great fight. I commend them dudes for that. I commend them dudes for that, bro. Like, that was a good fight. And anybody, I'm seeing a lot. The conspiracy theorists, it just never ceases to amaze me. That was a premature stoppage. They want Bivol and beterbiev. That's why they shut the fuck up. I don't know what it is that I get conspiracy theorists. I get questioning everything because the society has created an environment where everything has to be brought into question. That is not one of them. Why isn't it one of them? Because he did it to 18 other motherfuckers before he even stepped in the ring with Anthony Yarde. This dude has a 100% KO ratio. Same with goddamn Gervonta Davis and Hector Garcia a few weeks ago. Gervonta Davis is pound for pound one of the hardest punchers in the sport. He didn't fake that. The kid can crack. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, y'all, it sounds good. Oh, conspiracy theory, plot twist. Like, man, will you please go over there? So y'all can kill all that noise, man. Y'all get the fuck out of here. Him and Yarde winning. Yarde didn't even want to continue. I can see in his body language he didn't want to continue. But the fighter in him wouldn't allow him to say, I'm done. The fighter in him would not allow him to say that shit. The fighter in him said, I'm going out on my shield, but I do not want to continue. Derek Chisora, where he fought fucking Tyson Fury, was that last month? He didn't want to continue that fight. But the G in him said, I'm like, nah, you're going to have to stop me. If the ref doesn't stop it, you're just going to have to hurt me. My pride is on the line. He even thanked the ref after the ref stopped it. Man, thank you. I was really about to get hurt in there because I'm not going to allow me to throw in the towel. That ain't what's happening. You dig? Y'all going to have to respect these fighters, man. He didn't throw that fight. He was fucked up. He was fucked up, but the fact of the matter is he went in there and he fought. Salute to him. Salute to Arturo beterbiev. So now we come up into a situation where Callum Smith is the mandatory for one of his belts. I don't want to see that right now. I don't want to see that right now. Matter of fact, I'm going to come out and say it once again. I hope Bivol fights Joshua. I'm hearing Joshua Buatsi's name being thrown around a lot. I hope he fights Joshua Buatsi in the next month or so. And we get Bivol versus beterbiev late in the summer. Which means we won't get a Canelo versus Bivol rematch. Canelo can tie up them loose ends at 168 pounds. And then go holler at Bivol. And then get ready to retire. That's what I want. But nothing at the one thing about this generation, I said it before, man. They're fighting for straps, not just straps, but they're fighting for legacy, undisputed. I dig the fuck out of that. Well, we may not be producing the level of talent that we produced in the 90s and in the 80s and in the 70s and even in the early 2000s. But the fact of the matter is, you can't take undisputed away from them. And that's what it is. That's their aim. That's their goal. Undisputed. I dig that shit. I love it. I love it. Undisputed, undisputed, undisputed. Bud set that precedence, and now everybody is following in them footsteps. Not just Bud is the dude who brung it back, and made people want to say, "Nah, I'm undisputed." I don't think anybody can deny that. He went for that. He obtained that after 12 years that it lay dormant, and we've had, I forget how many champions we've had since then. Katie Taylor, Franchon Cruz, Clarissa Shields, Chantel Cameron, Jessica McCaskill, Inoue, Josh Taylor, Usyk, Jermell Charlo, Canelo Alvarez, Devin Haney. We've had, it's about 10 fighters that I just named off that, that are undisputed. Bud brung that back. But so that's what I love about this generation. And I think that's something that we need to continue to push for. So I don't want I don't want Callum Smith fighting Beterbiev right now. He's 38 years old. He's on the brink of hanging them gloves up. He's on the brink of hanging them gloves up. No. Let Joshua Buatsi and Bivol do their thing. Let them do their thing. Buatsi gets him, or Bivol gets Buatsi out the way. We go straight into an undisputed title match, late summer, early fall. I'm all the way with that. I'm all the way with that. I'm all the way with that. That's what I want. I do not want to see Callum. And I don't think that's a bad fight whatsoever. I do not think it's a bad fight. Just like I don't think Canelo Alvarez and Bivol is a bad fight. It's not a bad fight. The fact that Canelo was even trying to go in there with him after getting outclassed in the manner that he got outclassed in, that speaks to the G in him. But I don't want to see that fight right now. Undisputed trumps all of that. All of it. You know what I'm saying? And I hope Bivol keeps that energy. I don't want to fight Canelo right now. No. Please do not fight Canelo. Please let Canelo go and tie up them loose ends at 168 pounds while you go and do your thing with Arturo Beterbiev. Damn, it's really 5 degrees out here. So yeah, man, that's what I hope for. That's what I'm asking for. That's what I would love and aspire to see. Good shit from Arturo Beterbiev. Incredible performance. I'm seeing a lot of people say Bivol beat his ass or whatever because he ain't got no defense. He's not Bivol on defense. I don't think there's anybody boxing right now that's Bivol on defense. But he's competent defensively enough, and he's gifted offensively enough to where that's a 50-50 fight. I don't see Bivol just going in there and beating the shit out of no fucking. No, he's not. You're not going to be able to keep Beterbiev at distance. You're not going to be able to keep him at bay for all 12 rounds. That's not going to happen. And if he does, Bivol is just a badder motherfucker than he already is. He's already a bad motherfucker. But that's the fight that I want to see. Please do not give me Bivol versus Canelo. Please do not give me Beterbiev versus Callum Smith. We need undisputed, and we need it now. So y'all do whatever it is y'all got to do to work that out. But do not give us them fights. Please don't. At least not right now. Not right now. Let's get this undisputed thing going, man. So, yeah, that's pretty much how I'm feeling about it, man. Shout out to the UK. Shout out to Russia. Shout out to Yarde. Shout out to Beterbiev, man. I'm out. Deuces.